Hello Taurus, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the first half of May. General reading as always, guys. It's not going to resonate with every single person, so please do take from this what makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box, and I will have a link to all of the card decks that are used here today. For the focus messages this time around, Taurus, I'm going to be doing something similar to the recent Mind, Body, and Soul reading that I just did. And so Mind, Body, Soul, we're going to be pulling a card from each deck here to represent each category. So we're going to be using the Untold Messages of the Heart deck by Aquamoonlight. For the body, we'll grab one card from the Divine Desires deck, Twin Flame Messages by Angelic Revelation 144. And it does contain sexual content, so if that bothers you, please fast forward or just skip this section. And you don't, of course, have to identify with a twin flame connection. It can apply to anybody. And for the soul message, we'll grab one card from the Counterparts Oracle by Divine Essentials. Okay, so let's get started, Taurus. Let's see what we need to bring forward here for this reading. Angels and spirit guides, please. For Taurus, for this bonus reading, this could be for cross watchers also, and anyone else who's been guided to tune in here. All right, when it comes to the mind, let's take a look at that. Guided to this card here. Look at that fantasy. I wish I could. Is this you, Taurus? What is it that you're fantasizing about? What is it that you're wishing for? And when it comes to the person that you're focused on for this reading, perhaps what they're fantasizing about and wishing for is you. Okay, so let's grab one message from the Divine Desires deck. Whoops, it's getting away from me. Angels and spirit guides for Taurus, please. For this bonus reading, let's see what message needs to come through, focusing on the intimate connection, the physical relationship, the body. All right, I'm guided to this one here. I feel you kiss me and make love to me astrally. I have very hot, wet dreams. You see that? Pretty intense. And it's interesting, you know, since it is right next to fantasy, perhaps this is what they fantasize about you, Taurus. This could also be a part of your fantasies when it comes to your person. Interesting. All right, let's grab one last card focused on the soul aspect of this connection. Angels and spirit guides for Taurus for this bonus reading. All right, what's the message that needs to come through for the soul? For your soul, for this soul connection. I'm afraid of what others may say or think. I know I shouldn't care, but I do. Okay, so whether this is you coming through with that sentiment, Taurus, or the person that you're thinking about for this reading, we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper to see what that is referring to. Did my camera just totally take a nosedive? Sorry about that. Okay, let's start. Let's go ahead and add to this with some additional insight. This is the Pining Rose Volume 2 Twin Flame Ascension Oracle by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides for Taurus for this bonus reading. What else do we need to know here? And why is this person afraid of what others may say or think? Or is this you? Please bring it forward for Taurus. What do we need to know here for this reading? This is interesting, guys. In hiding. Who is in hiding? Could be this person who's afraid of what others may say or think. It's almost like they're embarrassed, you know? Or is it you that's embarrassed? It could really go either way, so take it for how it's coming through for you. We have weep This is very sad energy. Somebody, you know, who's been brought to tears. They're weeping, they're crying, they're very sad, very melancholy. And sometimes, you know, when we get overly emotional, we don't want anyone to feel sorry for us, or we're just trying to hide our emotions and just going into hiding. And if we are going, or if you are, Taurus, if you're going through a very difficult time in your life in whatever area, whether your love life or some other aspect, maybe you're just focused on this energy where you really don't want people to talk about you or to be overly concerned, and maybe you're just hiding that from people, from friends, from family, because you are afraid of what they might say to you, especially if you're dealing with something and you're not wanting anyone to know what it is exactly that you're dealing with. We do have waiting, and then we have cycles. You're waiting for a cycle to come to completion, perhaps, Taurus? And then we have quenched, followed by divine masculine. So for me, this quenched energy is bringing something back to life. You know, when something's dry and brittle, it looks like a dead plant, you know, and in order to bring it back to life, you got to quench it with water. So I just feel here that there's a situation, Taurus, that you're wanting to revive, and perhaps it could be the divine masculine who's going to come in and revive the situation and bring it back to life. We have divine intervention coming through here. So with divine intervention that's needed here between you and your person here, Taurus, or divine intervention that you need in your life, this is like you wishing for some sort of miracle to happen to fix what needs fixing. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what else. Like, what is it that ultimately needs fixing? Why do you need this miracle to come in? What is it that you're hiding from? Who is it that you're hiding from? Angels and Spirit Guides. This is the Illumination deck by Lightworker Tarot and Oracle. Angels and Spirit Guides for Taurus for this bonus reading. What else do we need to know here? What else needs to come through here? Pride and ego. It's falling right below in hiding. It's so interesting, you know, what is this? A flamingo? And then we have a peacock right here. It's just interesting how it's both depicted by birds and animals. So it could be your person here, Taurus, who's very much in their pride, too much in their ego, unable to do the right things, say the right things. This could be you too, if you're too much in your pride to either ask for help, to not care so much what other people think. We have passionate romance, followed by clarity. But it's falling right below weep. So what I'm picking up here, Taurus, is that you had a connection where it was very passionate, certainly from the physical connection. I mean, I feel you kiss me and make love to me astrally. I have very hot, wet dreams. So if it's astrally, then that means you guys are not together. If this is not happening in the 3D, then it's happening more than likely in the 5th dimension. You know, astral travel, you guys connecting in that way. But if it's making you very sad and weepy here, perhaps that's why we need this miracle, this divine intervention to step in and figure out how to fix this situation here. And then we've got get clarity falling right next to waiting. So it might take some time for you to get the clarity that you're looking for when it comes to this relationship, Taurus. And part of the waiting has to do with this cycle that needs to eventually come to completion. And that's going to go on its own time. We also have obstacle ahead. So it's very difficult to gain clarity when we're dealing with obstacles in our life, Taurus. Whatever these obstacles are that are represented in your life personally, it has something to do with these cycles that need to phase out so that it can get rid of or overcome these obstacles. Look at this next card, divorce. This is one of the obstacles for some of you guys. A relationship that really fell apart. And for those of you who are married, this is the end of a marriage. It's either that or that's where you guys are headed, or this is something that you're considering, or they are. But it is right next to that quenched card. So what I'm picking up here is that somebody could have filed for divorce, or they're thinking about it. But at the last minute, you know, there's that saving grace, there's that miracle that brings it back to life to salvage the connection. Look at this. We've got feeling rejected, and then we've got the divine masculine right next to it. So it's the masculine who is feeling rejected by the feminine here. And then we have show compassion. And when divorces and drama ensues in a relationship where there's a lot of obstacles there, sometimes it's not so easy to see the situation or the other person from a place of compassion. But by getting to that place, that might ultimately be what brings in this miracle that is so needed in this partnership. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but that's just what I'm gravitating towards when it comes to the messages that have come through so far. Okay, so let's add to this with some tarot. This is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot. I don't know why I'm grabbing all of my Twin Flame decks, but as I mentioned, you don't have to identify with a Twin Flame connection unless you do. I just don't want to eliminate anybody from this reading, you know. If you don't identify with that, you absolutely don't have to. Okay, let's see what we can add with some tarot insight. Taurus, let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please. We've got the Five of Pentacles coming through, which is your own energy here, Taurus. Isolated and alone. And look at this, in hiding, pride and ego, isolated and alone. The Five of Pentacles is feeling very insecure. Left out in the cold. You know, you're tapped into your worries. You're feeling overwhelmed by all this heavy energy right here. And then you've got weep right next to that. This could be you, Taurus, that's isolating yourself. I'm afraid of what others may say or think. I know I shouldn't care, but I do. You know, this is your vibe. You've got the Six of Swords right next to it, which is air. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Tranquility ahead. That's a good thing. This is letting you know that no matter where you're at right now, you can get past all the drama and all of the chaos that's overwhelming you right now, that's keeping you in hiding, and you can actually find peace in your life once again, moving forward. Because the Six of Swords is a transition that's being offered to you so that you can leave behind whatever needs to be left behind and move on to something or someone better. You know, if a relationship just isn't meant to withstand the test of time, it's just not meant to stand the test of time. That's it. You know, there's better. The universe has a plan. Life has a plan for you. And sometimes with this card, you got to show compassion for yourself and the situation that you're in. We have the Judgment card coming up next. Karma Review. So the Judgment card is a spiritual awakening. It is picking up off of fire energy. So for some of you, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, this is Karma Review. Who is it that ultimately has to pay for that karma in however way things played out in this situation? It is a transformation. It is a new phase that you're being offered at this time, Taurus. And if there are legal settlements and divorces, legal separations that some of you guys are dealing with, that's why the Judgment card is here, to ensure that settlements fall in your favor. That's interesting though, because the Judgment card it's a wake-up call, Taurus. It's trying to wake you up, which is right next to get clarity. In order to get clarity, you got to let this card wake you up and give you the clarity that you're looking for. Sometimes you got to evaluate where you've been in order to understand where you are and where you want to go. The interesting thing too with the Judgment card is somebody who's looking for reconciliation, somebody who's looking for forgiveness. The question is here, who is it that wants reconciliation? Who is it that wants forgiveness? Is it you, Taurus? Is it your person? Or does one person want reconciliation and does one person want to come forward with an apology and want forgiveness? And again, it depends on where you're at when it comes to this situation. It's a time to forgive, to accept how things are, to start the healing journey for both of you so that you can move forward. Because moving forward, this is where you're going to land. You know, tranquility looks pretty good. It's not chaotic. It's not coming forward with any heavy energy, because you're leaving behind all of the drama that you had to deal with, Taurus. The Judgment card is helping you to create some major changes in your life. And if it takes time to make all of that happen, then it takes time. We do have Page of Pentacles coming through here. That's more of your own energy, which I absolutely love, because the Page of Pentacles is manifestation and new enterprises for you, Taurus. But, you know, don't self-sabotage. Get out from under these obstacles that are weighing very heavily on you. Because the Judgment card is here to offer you a new beginning. Whatever happened in the past, it's time to bury it. It's done. It's time for a fresh start. And for those of you who are looking to start a new career, to switch directions, just to overall improve the conditions of your life, that's what the Judgment card is helping you to do. Seven of Swords, right next to this divorce message. The Seven of Swords is deception and strategy. So for those of you who are dealing with somebody who's trying to be shady in divorce settlements, don't worry about that, because you've got the Judgment card here letting you know things are going to fall in your favor, especially from a legal standpoint. So you can just move on. You can move forward, and life moving ahead looks pretty darn good. You're leaving all of this behind to start fresh, to start over. Especially if you feel this person betrayed you. That's why we've got that divorce card right there. These two wedding bands that have been broken. Seven of Cups right here. Water energy, fantasy, temptation, falling right below divine masculine and feeling rejected. Cups is water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So my masculine could have had way too many options here. Too many choices. Too many fantasies when it comes to other people. So I see why we have that weep card here, Taurus. They really hurt you as a result of these betrayals and too many options, and made you feel less than, to the point where you just wanted to bury your head beneath the sand and just go into hiding. It makes sense now why you are isolated, why you are alone, why you are insecure, why you're worried about so many things, including the future, which is so uncertain, especially when you're going through something so drastic like a divorce or a separation. Your life's been going along in a particular way, and then all of a sudden this major change comes in and it forces you to do things way different than how you were doing them before. We have the Two of Pentacles, more of your own vibe coming through. That balancing act, the need for balance. And perhaps with this divine intervention, you can finally find the balance that you're looking for, Taurus. We have the Knight of Cups with that romantic gesture. We have the King of Wands, a visionary leader coming through here. So we've got water and fire coming through, especially for my feminines. What I'm feeling here is you might have some new love prospects that are going to be coming in for you after you break free from a relationship that needed to cycle out. It had to come to completion. You've got somebody very charming and romantic that's coming in for you. You've got a couple options here. And I hate that word option because, tied into the whole Seven of Cups, too many choices, too many options. But basically, you have the opportunity to find love again. And then you've got the Sun. Amazing. The Sun, Taurus. Success, happiness, joy, your moment to finally shine, stop hiding. No need to hide. No need to be concerned about what other people are saying or thinking or doing. You need to no longer isolate yourself. You don't have to be alone. The Sun is going to ensure that the next chapter of your life, the next path that you are meant to travel, will be illuminated. That's where your clarity will be. You don't have to figure out what's your next move. Where am I going to go next? What am I going to do now? Who's going to love me now? Who's going to be with me? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? What blah, 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 etc., etc. These are all the things that go through our minds when we have such life-altering changes, and that's a natural thing to go through. But the Sun is here to bring you comfort and blessings and so many happy things, Taurus, to let you know it's okay. You're going to be fine. You can stand on your own 2 feet. You can provide for yourself if you need to. Because the Sun brings you pleasure, contentment, joy, either on your own for a time being if you need time to yourself, or again, new love that's coming in for you. It's all so incredibly possible. You have the Nine of Pentacles with your own vibe once again, lots of pentacles. So for my feminines especially, this is independence. This is you just wanting to be solo. And that's okay. If you feel the need to reassess your life and just be alone for a bit, but it's a different kind of alone than from the Five of Pentacles where you're feeling isolated and alone. This is the type of alone that puts you in a seat of power because it gives you the time to figure things out. And sometimes you just need peace and quiet in your own set of four walls to be able to do that. And when you're ready, you've got the energy of the Fool coming up next with that fresh start, a new beginning. Take that leap of faith and create new changes in your life. You might just be absolutely shocked as to what comes in for you if you just stop hiding from the world, stop hiding from yourself, and just go for it. Take that leap of faith, Taurus, and start creating a brand new life for yourself. And then you've got the Three of Wands, looking ahead towards the future. You're not just going to be sitting around being lonely and wallowing in your sorrows and weeping and crying and being sad. That's not you. The sun is here to make sure that that's not you. Okay? So let's grab some additional insight from the romance angels. Let's see what else needs to come through here. Okay. Angels and spirit guides for Taurus, please. For this bonus reading, what else do we need to know? So I really feel, however specific this reading is, you guys have been through some very difficult times in your romantic life. And you've been through something very difficult with this person. And part of the drama here is somebody had way too many options and treated you exactly that, like that. You were an option. But you're not an option. You're somebody's perfect choice. And perhaps you have yet to find that person. But with the sun coming through here for you, it's directing you towards the right path in your life to where you can find the right kind of love that you're meant to have. For Taurus, please. This could be the one, okay? You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So what I'm feeling too for some of you, and it's possible that someone from your past might return. It could be somebody that you had a romantic interest in before. And life will find a way to bring you guys back together. And my other interpretation of this for this reading is that you ultimately are the right one for this person that has hurt you, but they didn't value you. They treated you like an option, and so it is their loss. They're losing the one person that could have actually brought them the happiness, the love that they were looking for. Their loss, not yours. So you're going to go out there and find the one for you. We do have codependency coming through here too. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Some of you might be dealing with a person, a partner or former partner in this case, who had some addiction problems. But that's their problem, not your problem. Don't make it your problem if it isn't. You have the capability of finding true love, Taurus. You have the opportunity to find your romance of a lifetime. The sun will make sure that you do. You deserve love. You absolutely do. We've got our Cupid's arrow in that photo. You have to remember, you are a lovable person. Don't saturate yourself in worries and insecurities. There's no need to hide from the world or from people. You deserve love. And there will come a day when you will find it. You will find it, Taurus. I'm picking up off of that for you. So let's go ahead and bring forward some dialogue messages here regardless, okay? Let's give you and your person the opportunity to speak here. whether they deserve to be in your life or not. This is the Divine Love and Separation deck by Fire Witch Tarot. So let's grab some dialogue here. This could be you speaking up. This could be your person speaking up. And there are, of course, those of you who would want to reconcile with this person. If that is what it is that you're wanting, you certainly have that prerogative to make that happen. Okay, let's see. Who needs to say what here? Who needs to speak up? Is it you, Taurus? Is it this person? You know, it's like one of those things where you let them go and then they realize that they messed up and that they want you after all. Okay. Let's take a look. What do we have? Okay, first message. I've talked to people about us. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? You know, talking to people about us, is that just gossip? You know, and it's interesting because, again, going back to that message, I'm afraid of what others may say or think. I know I shouldn't care, but I do. And then here's this person basically saying, oh, well, I've been talking to other people about us. So perhaps that's exactly what you are feeling very insecure about, because it's a personal matter that should not be talked about. You know, it's perhaps you're just wanting this person to just keep it between the two of you, and they're out there talking about it with other people in casual conversation. Next message. Strange. Our connection defies explanation. Maybe it does, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a connection that's meant to withstand the test of time, especially if they're just treating you like you are one of their choices or an option, or if there was betrayal or deception in the relationship. Next message. Think of this temporary separation as an opportunity to grow. Interesting. So temporary separation for some of you. This is a time for you to work on yourself. And if you find during this quote unquote temporary separation that you want to go back to this person, again, totally your option, totally your choice. But you want to be mindful of what it is that you're going back towards. Last one. I still have photos of us on my phone and computer. So this person might be sifting through pictures of you, pictures of the two of you together. You might even be doing the same, however way that's playing a part. Okay, so let's grab some overall energy for the connection, for your personal connection, for the person that you're focused on for this reading. We'll grab 3 from here, take whichever one resonates with you. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus for this bonus reading, for whoever needs it at this time. So we do have, you know, with that Judgment card, the potential for reconciliation and forgiveness. And if you can find it in your heart, Taurus, to forgive this person, perhaps you guys can work it out. But I just feel here for the majority, you're deciding to move forward, have a new beginning, find love elsewhere. That's your choice too. There we are. Look at this. Forgiveness, laying solid foundations, and support. Forgiveness. Your heart needs to be in the communication of forgiveness. Fully forgive yourself and others. Forgiveness will allow you to move forward and heal. It will create more space for love in your life. So for some of you guys, that forgiveness is something that you need to do for yourself in order to move forward, whether that's back towards this person by way of a reconciliation, or you're just forgiving the situation, the person, for yourself, so that you can have healing within your own heart space, so that you're not carrying the baggage attached to that drama and moving forward and living your best life. But just as I mentioned with that Judgment card, that's exactly what it's talking about. Forgiveness and reconciliation. And then we've got laying solid foundations. A new solid foundation is building in your life. Your foundation is being strengthened and balanced for the new coming in. You could be attracting new relationships or strengthening and solidifying the ones you already have. Focus on setting firm foundations of honesty and communication, and address the things that no longer serve you. Exactly. Because if this person who wants you back is not being honest with you, if they're still being deceptive, you would be best to move forward and find happiness and love elsewhere, because you would just be going back to a foundation that's shaky and unstable. You can stand on your own 2 feet, Taurus. Okay? Last one, support. Your spiritual team is assisting you with the situation. Reach out with your awareness and call forth what you need in your life at this moment. You are never alone. Open up and allow yourself to receive help from those around you. Your spiritual team is working through other people who can provide the support you need. You are never alone. You don't ever have to be back in this energy of feeling isolated, tapped into your insecurities, worrying about all of the things you're worried about in your life, not just your love life. You don't have to be alone. You've got an amazing support system here, Taurus. The angels are guiding you, your spirit guides. The universe is even tapped into this energy. Your friends, your family, they are there for you. Don't forget that, you know? And sometimes we do. Sometimes we do try to do things all on our own, but the help is there if you ever need it. And all you need to do is to just say something and come out of hiding. Okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and grab some healing messages here, since it's so needed. Angels and spirit guides for Taurus. Please bring forward healing messages for Taurus to wrap things up. Healing messages, please, for Taurus. We have self-acceptance. For those of you who have an issue with that or who struggle with that, you know, and I feel that has something to do with this too. You know, you're hiding who you truly are. You're hiding the beautiful parts of yourself, the outside and the inside. And as long as you can come to a place of self-acceptance and love you for who you are and everything that you are, I have a feeling you will switch things around in your life and switch the direction and the overall energy that you're attracting into your life. And things will change for the better. What else do we have? Intention. What you intend to happen, Taurus, for me, it's very much tied into the law of attraction. What you put out there energetically, based off of your intentions, is what you will manifest back to you. If you are worried, if you're feeling insecure, if you are scared, if you're feeling isolated, if you are just wanting to carry all of these burdens onto your shoulders and you don't want anyone's help, if that's the energy that you're saturating yourself in, that's what you're putting out there. And that's what you're going to attract more of. Switch it up. Switch it up. See things from a positive energy. Come from a place of love. Claim whatever it is that you want by way of your goals, your dreams. What is it? If you can come from a place of positive energies, Taurus, and that's what you're putting out there, then that is what you will attract back to you. And lastly, we have surrender and release. We all have different things, different people, toxic energies that we need to let go of in our lives. It doesn't just have to apply to our love lives either. We all know what it is that we're carrying. The burdens that we're carrying, the longer we carry it, it gets heavier and heavier. So Taurus, whatever this represents in your life, let it go. Lay it down and start focusing on the road ahead. Because the road ahead looks calm, tranquil, serene, smooth. No drama, no chaos. Nothing that's going to make you sad or cry or make you feel like you're alone or that you're carrying the weight of the shoulders of the world on your shoulders. You know, whatever it is that you got to let go of. Something for you to work on. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. I do hope whatever part of it resonated with you, that it offered you advice that you could use at this time. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, all of that information is down below in the description box. Thank you guys so very much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.